So it's worth noting that Case Green Magic, which is the originator of the stand by. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find the example of it, but so right as they were getting ready for, well, I think, okay, we'll get to that. Let me take a step back. Yeah. Here we go. So this is 2018. This is it. Oh, good. This is it. This is the formation of Aegis. This is the beginning of the current thing. Okay? This predates the invasions. So, actually, I need to take one more step back. First, we're going to need to show this trailer. This was the original trailer for Project Nova, released October 19th, 2018. When this was announced, the expectation was that Project Nova would go into public beta within the month. Okay? This was when it was shown off in EVE Vegas.
Wake up. You're not dead yet. You were immortal once. Brutal and merciless. A symbol of death and bloodshed. Now you lie broken. Betrayed. Forsaken. I offer redemption. The great darkness casts its shadow, gathering its forces, harvesting humanity. Be our deliverance. Rise.
All right, so Project Nova, right? Clearly the enemy is Sanchez Nation, right? We have drones, or we have these like robotic foot soldiers. We see Sanchez Nation ships in the background. There's a nightmare. There's a phantasm. There's more phantasms. This is clearly a Sancha force that they're fighting. And when they played Nova, you were fighting on the outside of ships, and you were killing Sanchez Nation. Sanchez Nation were boarding, were basically raiding ships, and you were a counterforce that was sent to stop them. Okay? So the question, Riley, spoilers. The question isn't who is the enemy, it's who's talking here, right? Who is the one saying this to these dust soldiers, these former dust soldiers?
You lie broken. Betrayed, forsaken. I offer redemption.
I offer redemption. So this person here, whoever this is who's talking. So who's talking? Who is that? That is Provost Marshal Kasiha Valkanir. That's how this whole thing stitches together. Like, that's why every single time people say, "Oh, the lore is inconsistent" or whatever, it frustrates the hell out of me. No, don't, nope, Lithorex, time out, back off. Valkanir is a former Mimitar family. All right. So then we have this news article. So this is October 10th, which is 9 days before this trailer. Concord has officially announced the formation of Aegis, a new division that will specialize in the ensuring the security of space lanes and be given the powers and capabilities to interdict and board ships that have been hijacked or are undergoing pirate boarding assaults. In a press briefing by the DED headquarters in Ulai, Brigadier General Odo Korashi introduced Colonel Kasiha Valkanir as the head of the newly formed division after some background remarks. Quote, in response to emergent threats Case Green Magic, the Inner Circle is authorizing the formation of a new operational defense, Aegis, the Authority for Emergency Interdiction and Security. In accordance with Directive Sigma Nu 13, the operations of Aegis will be conducted independently under the direct oversight of the Inner Circle. It is my pleasure to confirm the appointment of Colonel Kasiha Valkanir to the post of Provost Marshal of Aegis. Taking over the briefing, the new Provost Marshal outlined the conclusions of the recent Inner Circle meeting to discuss recent ship disappearances and threats to interstellar shipping. The Inner Circle has identified a new emergent threat to the security of the New Eden cluster, designated Case Green Magic. This threat takes on the form of increasing trend of a number of ships that have totally disappeared over the course of the last 12 months. As you all know, the trend was publicly identified in a recent report by the Adonis Foundation and the SOE. Today, Concord is confirming that the emergent threat is real, and steps will be taken to counter it. Asked about the scale of the threat, Provost Marshal Valkanir provided a few details. Quote, provided a few details. Quote, so far, the increased rate of ship disappearances is concentrated in an arc generally low security regions and the border of Nullsec. This runs from the main, in the main from Iridia in Cluster West to Molten Heath in the Cluster East. Recently, Concord listening posts and allied intelligence services have detected a spike in incidents across Derelict and Molten Heath regions. The recent disappearance of a Republic fleet vessel and military duties in Molten Heath represents an escalation, given that the vast majority of ship disappearances fitting the pattern have been civilian vessels. Pressed on the concrete nature of these incidents, Valkanir said, quote, I can confirm that the Republic fleet vessel is still missing. I can also confirm that recovered data clearly indicates that the vessel was subject to a heavy boarding action by assault troops. Concord is not speculating as to the origin of these troops at this time. I've now indicated the emergent threat that we are dealing with, continued Valkanir. My role as Provost Marshal of Aegis has maintained high focus on the continuing investigation into these incidents, to provide support for Allies' search and rescue operations as needed, and more importantly, to build up the security and counterforce capabilities of the division. Details on these efforts are classified on a need-to-know basis. We make no apology for the necessity of that. However, assurances of confidence in secure space lanes for shipping and other traffic is part of our role, and information vital to the public will continue to be provided. The scope will continue to monitor developments regarding the so-called Case Green Magic threat and Concord Aegis Division. Oh, okay. So, the Concord meeting, Inner Circle meets to discuss ship disappearance, Colonel Valkanir attending. So, Colonel Kasiha Valkanir was heading up the DED investigation task force, which is briefing the Inner Circle. Director Kaiten Yun to an unscheduled rendezvous with the Inner Circle in Ulai. Kaiten Yun, named the director of the Scimitar's tribal intelligence apparatus, is a controversial figure. Another confidential source has indicated that Mordu's Legion and the Upwell Consortium's Department of Friendship and Mutual Assistance, DFMA, have also been invited to attend. Providing diplomatic services to Upwell Consortium members, the DFMA is also known to be Upwell's security and counterespionage organization. So Upwell is worth keeping an eye on. And honestly, Mortis Legion is worth keeping our eye on.